Julie. Okay. Hey, sis. Yay, I love this. It's so fun when people start popping in. Okay, but I do need to step out for 1 second. I will be right back.
You're all set on that too.
What?
You're all set on that one too.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
What do I have to know? All right, I'm going to the bathroom. I'm on mute.
What up? Pilates will start in about 2 minutes. Hang in there and enjoy the session.
Alrighty. Ready, everybody, go. All right. We are set to go here. I'm going to see if I can get this in on the Facebook. There we go. All right, so give me a second, guys. I want you to make sure that right now what you're doing is that you are getting some music playing in the background. My recommendation is soft music, but hey, you can rock out in Pilates too if you want. Just get some music on in the background. The reason I do that is because sorry, I gotta get on both screens here. With having your music on in the background, it means I don't have to have it blasted here. And you need to hear, with Pilates, it's more about me speaking than it is about you hearing the music. And so you just put on the music in the background that you enjoy, that you would like to listen to. Okay, doke? And then make sure you have a mat. And if you are on a hardwood surface, I would recommend either 2 yoga mats or a thicker mat. If you're on carpet, it's not gonna make that big of a difference. That just is really helpful for our spines. So that is a really important place to go. All right. And make sure you've had some water, whatever you need. And then as you're doing this, I just want you to make sure that you are honoring your body, that you're listening to your body, that you're doing what you need to do, because it is so, so, so important. All right, I'm just putting it on Facebook here. Wow. All right, yay. Looks like it's gonna work today. Fan-frickin-tastic. Okay, so as you're starting out here, you're gonna make sure you take a seat on your mat or lay down on your mat, either way. Perfect. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and mute everyone because I'm gonna start the recording. Or if you can mute yourself. Where am I at here? Attendees. Oh, okay. We're all good. Everybody's muted. Sally, looks like I'm going to mute you here. Just put down in the chat if you need anything, okay? So, got those things taken care of. Make sure you're taking it on your mat. And really, really important for me is that you honor your body, okay? That in everything that you're doing, that you are honoring your body. You are listening to what you need, and you are making sure that the movements that you do, that you are not pushing past what you need. I'm going to be checking the chat box. Those of you at Whole Athlete, I can't do that here, but Make sure that you talk to them if you need something, because I can always address it later. That's the best way to go. If you're on Facebook Live, then you post it down below and I'll come back to you there. But the best place to be is on the Zoom Live, because then we can interact together, and that is the best place. But honor your body. If it hurts, bad pain, you know the difference between bad pain and good pain, stop, modify, okay? I will start with option 1, I will give you option 2, 3. You take different options, the experiences that you need for your body to strengthen your core. Really, really, really important. I can't be there to kind of hands-on help and make sure that your body alignment is in a good space. So that's where you have to be so much more intentional when we are live like this and you're by yourself and you're in your own space. You have got to navigate that for yourself. Think about where your body is at in space and really work that. It is really super important. Small things make a really big difference, especially within Pilates. Not about the big things, it's about the flow and the centering, the energy, and really paying attention to being intentional with your body and the movement that you do. So please make sure you're honoring that space, okay? So everybody should have their music playing in the background, grab some water, and your mat. All right, so go ahead. I'm gonna join you, but go ahead and lay down on your mat. And I want you to lay all the way down. All right. So here, I just want you to kind of relax. Let your body just sink down into that mat. And just take a few deep cleansing breaths. As you stay here, stay there. I want you to relax your entire body. We're going to take a moment here, okay? We're going to start with a breath work, and then you're going to continue that breath work and really think through your body. So the posterolateral breath work that I use in this class, it's from the rib cage, and you're breathing in, opening the rib cage out as you breathe in through your nose. Exhale, and the ribs come in, and you feel your core contract. So it's inhale through the nose, opening the ribs. Exhale through that open mouth, relaxed jaw. It's a ha sound, and you feel that rib cage come in, and you feel your core really connect. Keep the core tight as you breathe into the ribs. Opening, exhale. So you feel the movement of that rib cage all the way around, from the front to the back. Those ribs wrap around, and you want to feel those intercostal muscles really opening, expanding as you breathe in, and exhaling, feeling contraction. So the beauty of this kind of breath work in this class is the reality that you get to keep that tight core, engaging the core throughout the entire class, and you get those deep, full breaths into those lungs. So we're getting that stale air out of the bottom, and we're really getting all the good stuff back in. Oxygenating your body is so essential. It reduces the risk of illness because you're getting bad stuff out, getting good stuff in. It decreases stress. It also helps us to think more clearly, use our prefrontal cortex as opposed to the amygdala in the back, that is our emotional center. So really important on the breath work. But with this class, the ability to keep your core tight is essential because it anchors you. We all need anchors. And in this class and in life, our core is that anchor. So in that anchor, you're then able to move through the extremities and the different exercises that we will do through this class. So anchor it in, find that breath work. Your body is relaxed. You're really focusing on that core. A couple of proprioceptive things if you want with your breath. You can take that last thumb on the rib cage of back and your pointer finger on the rib cage in front. And as you breathe in, you feel, right, the expansion into your hand. So if you need that proprioception, you need that feeling as you work the breath work. The other thing would be to put palm of your hand on your belly button and palm on your breastbone. And in that, there's very little movement actually in the chest and in the belly. I know it's different than the yoga, totally different breathing than the yoga. For any of you yogis who join me in Pilates, that's always something people say. But you are using all of that breath work in the ribs and that lung capacity, right? So we're keeping the core tight and we're not using that chest breathing as a breath where we want to be breathing anyway. It's too shallow. We need the deep diaphragmatic breathing In this, you're moving that diaphragm, it's just not the belly breathing that yoga can be. So really important on that. Concentrate on that. Now, as you continue that breath work, I want you to take a body assessment starting at your head, all the way to the top of that cranium, right? I want you to release stress. So just take a moment, keep breathing, close your eyes, release the tension in your head, and move it on down through your neck and your jaw and then your neck, right? Releasing the tension through your shoulders. You might need to wiggle things a little bit, and that's okay. Go down through your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, down to your fingertips. Release the energy. Release any stress or tension. Now how about through your chest and in your belly? Hopefully the breath work is releasing anything there. What about your back? Take an assessment into your back. Release. Think about coming down into your hips and your pelvis. We hold a lot of tension there. So just release through your pelvis and your hips. Take it down into your quads and your hamstrings, your knees. Believe it or not, there's stress and tension we can hold in our knees, our joints. Our body holds so much. Think about going down to your calves, your shins, all the way down to your toes, heels. Move those toes around. Nice deep breath in that. I will say now, we're going to go into a neutral body position. And when we bring these movements in and incorporate them with our breath, if you are new to Pilates, movement first. We start with the breath because it's so foundational. And the goal is, as you learn Pilates, which it is a discipline, is that you would be able to blend those, right? But as you're learning Pilates, you're going to start with the movement when we get into the exercises themselves. Incorporate the breath where you can. Inhalation facilitates length, exhalation facilitates control. So really important there, okay? So now, body in neutral. I want you to reach your toes up to the ceiling and lengthen your heels away from you. Sacrum, nice and wide and flat on the mat underneath you. In Pilates, we have the clock face. So 12 o'clock is your xiphoid process, 6 o'clock at your pubic bone, and 3 and 9 o'clock at your hip crest bones. The 3 bony points of your pelvis here should be nice and flat. You have a small space at the lower back. That's a natural curvature. We're always working toward the neutral in the spine. Now roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Just like you're shoving your shoulder blades, scapula, into your back pockets. Palms of your hands are up to the ceiling. And you're reaching your fingertips down towards your heels. Right? Lengthen the crown of your head away from you and reach your tailbone down towards your heels as well. So you're finding length in your spine. All right, so you're in a nice, beautiful, neutral position. I want you to feel how your body feels on the mat. Feel your contact points. Because we're going to come back to this at the end of class, and I want you to feel the difference, okay? So feel how your body is imprinting on your mat. You're closing your eyes. You're continuing your breath work. In through the nose, out through that mouth. In through the nose, open mouth, relax jaw, exhale, right? And you're just feeling the weight of your body on your mat. Beautiful. All right, let's take that warm up and we're going to take that chin to chest, cervical nod, looking down towards our heels. Where our eyes go, our body goes. So it's like you're just grabbing that orange underneath your chin. Look at your toes. Feel the lengthening through your spine, that erector spinae. Your shoulders are staying down on your mat. As much as you can, keep going. As much as you can, I want you to focus on your body movement and listening to my direction, less on looking at me and trying to follow what I'm doing. Try to hear what I'm saying and actually follow in that. Obviously, I'm doing it so that visual, you can have that. But it's more important that you're aware of what's going on in your body, that you're paying too much attention with looking. All right, last one, finish up. Then take it to a chest lift. So peel your shoulders off that mat and bring it back down. Exhale up, inhale down. All of your energy is right underneath your rib cage. So you're feeling a contraction right here underneath that rib cage. Pay attention to that. Exhale. Your eye gaze is coming up and you're looking at your thighs or at your toes. And last one, we're gonna hold it up there. Now, it's like you're grabbing onto a basketball and you're gonna rotate to the right, come center, rotate left. Now, as you go down, arms overhead. Do it again, exhale up, exhale, rotate, sniff, inhale, exhale, inhale, come down, arms overhead. Do it again. And one more time. And last one, now hold it down. Big snow angel arms. Inhale up, exhale down. Keep going on that. As you come up, I want you to make sure that your shoulder blade is staying down into your back pocket. It's called the rib-hip connection. So you're keeping the rib and the hip connected in that range of motion, because oftentimes people like fling and it doesn't do anything for you. I love you, don't do that. Control it, shoulder down, exhale, right? Keep the shoulders down, keep that core tight. It's a strong movement where you are working your arms like they're coming through wet cement or jello or whatever substance you want to think about. But and last one, come down to your hips, come up overhead. Exhale, come down. Good. Inhale. Same thing here with the shoulders. Keep the rib and hip connected, so the ribs down. Exhale. And the shoulder girdle, nice and strong. So you're going to work from stability for the shoulder girdle, not just fling your arms around. It's where a lot of us get shoulder problems, is we don't control the movement up in our shoulder girdle. Last one, hold your arms right up overhead. Now, let your arms just fall heavy on your mat. Okay? Soft bend in your elbow, so it's not locked in the joint, it's a soft bend, but we're not bending either. So it's straight up. Now, from your shoulder blade, scapula, lift your right shoulder blade to the ceiling and bring it back down. This is called arm reach. You went left. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. From the back, right, you're seeing my shoulder blades move. I've got a lot of movement and range of motion in my shoulder blades. You can see that. It's important now, we're just stretching through the upper postural muscles on our back. Tend to be very lazy muscles. So, everybody doing okay? Just gonna scooch forward, make sure. Good, good. Let me know if you need anything by pushing anything into that chat box, okay? While we're doing class. Facebook Live, you're just posting it down below. Whole athlete, you're gonna write it down, you're gonna come back later. So, we're all in different spaces on it, but. Okay, now, once you've done right then left, go both arms. You're laying down, both shoulder blades, forward and back, right? So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keeping that scapula, that shoulder girdle on your mat, but you're really stretching those upper postural muscles. Breathe it in, opening those ribs. Exhale as you come down, feel that squeeze in. Really important. Good. Okay, last one. And bring your arms down to your side. Now, leg slide. Draw your right heel in and press it out. Left. If you have socks on, this is where they come off because you're scraping your heel on your mat. Good. Exhale. Inhale, reach away. The visualization that I like on this one is like a 100-pound box of rocks. You've got to use your hamstring to draw it in, and then you got to push that sucker as far away from you as you can. Exhale, draw it in. Push it as far away from you as you can. So you're warming up through your hamstring with an intentional contraction of that hamstring, right? And then finding the length in the body as you really reach your heel away. Good. All right, last one, find that and hold that lengthening. Now, from your pelvis, right? Your 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 and 9 o'clock. We're gonna keep our legs lengthened. Draw your 6 o'clock forward and then release. So this is a really, really small motion. And I want you to pay attention to your feet as well. Because as you draw your 6 o'clock, the pubic bone forward, you'll feel your feet pull toward you, right? You feel that? Exhale, inhale. Now, you want that lower portion of your rectus abdominis, right? Your lower abs to be engaging. The energy is now down low. If you walk your fingertips, about 3 fingertips down below your belly button, you should feel that muscle contracting as you draw your pubic bone forward, 6 o'clock. Another way to think about this is lower back coming down toward the mat and then lifting off the mat. Lower back toward the mat and then off the mat. This is a really important ability to have, right? To be able to isolate the movement in your pelvis. Not one that we focus on. All right, last one, find your neutral. You're nice and flat on those 3 bony points of your pelvis, right? Lower back up off that mat. Now 3 and 9 o'clock, your hip crest bones. So, if you need to, if you're starting Pilates, do this for me. Like take your head and put your head in your hands and let your head fall down into the hands. But I want you to watch your hip crest bones because you're gonna lift one straight up to the ceiling and come back down. Straight up to the ceiling, come back down. We're not rocking here like this, right? It's a small motion. Lift it up. Lift straight up. Your head is up if you need the visual, okay? Otherwise, visualizing here if you need to as well, puppet strings. So you're pulling one straight up to the ceiling and the other one's pulling down into the mat. It's a push and pull at the same time. It's your lower lumbar. Keep going. It's the lower lumbar that you are working there, okay? I know it's a small motion, but stay in there with that one. It is really, really important. Okay, that you are doing that push and pull and you're feeling it in that whole thing. Lower back, in that lumbar. Beautiful job. All right, feel that lower back? You're getting that little movement? Feel that? All right, balance out and come back to the center and hold. Now draw both feet up. For that spinal neutral, I really want your heels are directly out from your sits bones. Okay? You have about a fist width in between your knees and your feet. So look and make sure. Do you have a fist width between your knees and feet? Now on your feet, pull your toes up and spread those suckers out. You feel the ball of your foot, you feel your heel. You feel the arch of your foot lifted up off of your mat. Now gently just set your toes back down. So kinesthetically, you feel your toes light, the ball of your foot and your heel. You feel your sacrum. The bony points in your pelvis are flat, so if you put a plate there to be flat, which means you have a small space under the low back, right? Small of your back. If your lower back is flat down, it means you're tipping your pelvis forward and you're out of neutral. So it's important to find the neutral position of that body. Make sure the sacrum is wide and flat. Good. All right, lift it up into a neutral bridge. So 6 o'clock to the ceiling and bring it down. Exhale up, inhale down. Lengthen through those knees, press into it. Good. Now press into your big toe as you head up. And please make sure as you come up to the top of that bridge that your weight is on your shoulders. Weight on the shoulders, make sure that you are protecting your neck. Good. Lengthen through those knees, 6 o'clock to the ceiling. Last one. Now articulation bridge. That 12 and 6, we're gonna do that from here. So you're gonna pull the 6 o'clock up, lower back to the mat, and peel one vertebrae at a time up off your mat till you're on your shoulders. At the top, pull your 6 o'clock forward, and then from your shoulders, you're gonna come down one vertebrae at a time. Feel the small of your back, and then rock your pelvis to neutral. 6 o'clock, roll it up. Exhale down. Keeping that 6 o'clock pulled forward, lower back, rock your pelvis to neutral. Roll it up. So visualize one vertebrae at a time, coming up off that mat, then place it back down again. You should be feeling a nice stretch through your quads as well. Feel that in the back. Beautiful. All right, last one, guys. When you get down, hold it down. Make sure you're neutral through your pelvis. You're gonna take it to a hip roll. So drop those knees to the right, exhale up. Drop those knees to the left, exhale up. So we warmed up through the upper portion of our rectus abdominis, our lower portion, and now we're connecting in with our obliques. Inhale down, exhale up. Beautiful job. So you're using that breath And you're using your center to bring your knees back, right? Relax your legs and use your core to drive that motion back into the center. And as you get back center, you still need to have that fist width between your knees and your feet, right? So don't collapse that when you come back center. You drop down, pause, come center, pause, neutral. Drop down, pause, come central, back, neutral. Okay, so what ends up happening is what I see in classes. So I know I'm going to be a little bit blunt, and so if this is you, I apologize. I'm not meaning to be like not PC, but I can't see you, so I need to be a little bit more on that. Often I see people doing this, where they're just dropping their legs, and there's no control of this. There's no intentionality in that movement. They're just flopping their legs back and forth. So that's why I'm saying, drop down, hold, come up, pause. Down, pause. You're thinking about the intentionality of your body movement so that you're actually able to engage in the places that you're wanting to engage and get the most results from that. Also stay the most safe. That is really important. I want you to get results. You're here for a reason, not just to like fling yourself around. That's the same kind of thing with our shoulders when I was doing this earlier. Like, we're not intentional. We don't stabilize your shoulder girdles, so we do damage. Okay, last one. Make sure you balance out and hold. We're going to take that right leg up to the ceiling, flex that foot, and point. Flex and point. Good. Now I want you to pay attention to your range of motion in your ankles. I know I say this all the time, but it's important. Our feet are our foundation. I work with a PT. She always starts at the feet. Circle around. It's really important, the range of motion that you have. Go the other direction. If you need any thoughts, if you don't find that you have much range of motion, like, let me know, bring it in, and we can get you some thoughts on that. Granted, flex and point. I'm not going to be able to solve problems for you, but there's some things I can talk you through and refer you away if that's something that you need some help with, okay? Point and flex. Beautiful job. So this is just a nice gentle stretch. Good. And then circle. How's your range of motion on this ankle? It's important. Think about it. If you don't have a lot of range of motion here, I would highly recommend that you think about doing something about it because it has ramifications all the way up. Okay, so you're going to come back into this nice, beautiful neutral position here. Arms are going to come up overhead, drawing those shoulders down. So you've engaged the serratus and the shoulders are down. And partial roll up, tap your knees. Exhale up, inhale down. Keep going. Again, as you go overhead, ribs stay down, shoulders stay down. All of your energy is here in your center. Focus on that. Is my core engaged? Am I coming up and really engaging through that center that I need to? Think about it. I missed seeing y'all guys last week, but we took a little family vacation. It was so fantastic. It's much needed. So I hope if y'all need a break, you find some time to do that. We found a really great Airbnb that was down near Louisville. All right, last one, guys. You're gonna hold it up there. Hold it up there. Your energy's here in your center. You're working your abs up nice and flat, right? Not up, but out. Good? Now, rotate right, come center. Rotate left, hold it. Come on, exhale, inhale. Give it one more time, finish each side, and then hold and bring it down. Beautiful job. Bring your knees up into a nice shelf position. Feet are relaxed. Okay, so a lot of the time in class, I'm going to tell you, relax your feet. Our energy needs to be in different places. So, in this position here, when your knees are directly over your hips are 90 degree, your knees are at a 90 degree, right? This is your neutral position. You feel the lower back is up off of that mat, and again, the bony points of your pelvis are flat. Okay, so give me a second here on this. That's your neutral position. If any of you have a compromised lower back or any pain in your lower back, what you're going to do for me is you're gently going to draw your knees in. Okay? Do you feel how that let your lower back just come down onto your mat and relax? Yes. Okay. If you do not have a lower back problem, I want you to do your best to maintain your neutral position with your knees directly over your hips. Okay, we're going to go into femur arc series. So the movement is originating at your hip, and you're going to drop your heel to the floor, pull it up. Drop it down, pull it up. Inhale at the top, exhale as you go down and up. Okay, so this is option 1. Okay, option 2 would be to extend your legs up at a high diagonal. And you are keeping your hips neutral the whole time. So pay attention to that lower back. It is not moving, right? It's not going up and down because you're keeping it neutral. Likewise, if you're here with the knees bent, right? Focal point here at your hip. Notice my movement is here. The 90 degree is not changing in my knee. So if you were doing this, where you're lengthening your leg, I love you, but you're doing it wrong. I love you. See, I have to speak a little more plain in this because I can't see you. And I can promise you in almost every class I do, someone is doing that. Is it hurting you? No, not hurting you. But are you getting the benefit of the exercise as much as you could be? No, you're not. It just is what it is. So we're strengthening through that lower portion of our rectus abdominis, right? So you've got to use the movement at the hip, not the knee. Right? If you're lengthened, then obviously, again, it's still the movement here. I'm just keeping my knee straight. All right, balance out. You're probably feeling this by now. Draw your knees in. Take a nice deep breath. Rock it gently side to side. Good. Okay, so we're going to go into the Fab 5, okay? Take a break whenever you need to. It just means you're working hard, all right? So come up back into that shelf position. Again, watch your back if you need your knees closer. We're going to come up right into single leg stretch. So this is about lengthening the leg. This knee stays over the hip. And then you switch. This comes right here. Stretch. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. I'm touching my knees. I'm not pulling my legs in. It's not about the pull in, it's about the reach. Single leg stretch. Here's your other option. Head on your mat, or you can also go here. If you need to protect that back. And hold. Now double leg stretch. Inhale, keep those shoulders down. Exhale, come in. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. Your lower back is not lifting and lowering, it's staying still. Okay? So it's either on the floor or off. You got to keep that neutral in the pelvis or gently drawing your knees in. Good? You can also put your head down on that mat. Last one, hold it in there. Now, single leg stretch or single straight. So you can come back here or take it into that straight. Again, touching your legs on the outsides. Option, head down. Listen to your body, what do you need? Really stretching those legs and hold. Double leg stretch or double straight. So inhale, exhale. Now, if you feel your lower back lifting and lowering off that mat, you're going to go back to that double here, right? Option, always again, head on that mat if you need it. Keep going. Rib cage down as you bring your arms overhead. Shoulders strong. Come on, guys, you can do this. I know you can. Anchor from that center. I know it's hard. You're good. We're working that core. We're strengthening that core. Last one. Now hold. Bring it back into shelf. Hands behind the head. And crisscross. Again, lengthen the leg, guys. In center. Lengthen. Drive your rib cage. Keep going. Drive opposite rib cage to opposite hip. And lengthen that leg. So you're rotating from your center toward the rib, towards that hip. And exhale, look at that back elbow. Keep that knee over that hip. And lengthen that leg. Come on, you can do it. You're pausing in each direction. Balance out. And center, draw it in. All right, take a nice deep breath. Hopefully you're still breathing. You should be sweating. You should be very warm. That Fab 5 works every aspect of your core and is a wonderful, wonderful exercise or series, I should say. All right, come back down into your Feet on that floor, knees bent, lift up into a neutral bridge. I just want you to open up through those hip flexors. Some of you might have felt, keep going with the bridge. Some of you might have felt a lot in your hip flexors. It's not abnormal. We do want to continue to work to get the energy into our center and away from our hip flexors. Are you going to feel it in your hip flexors? Without a doubt, it's part of it. It's part of your anatomy, all of our anatomy. But you don't want them to be the boss, and a lot of times they take over. So, okay, roll over onto your side. Okay, in a sideline position, a couple of things. Your body needs to look like it would look if you were standing up. So that means I'm not here. That means I'm also not here. Love you. Don't do this. Don't do this. Why? Look at your neck. Pay attention to your neck. Is it neutral in this position? No, not at all. Your head is going to come down. Now, you might want to grab a yoga block or a pillow, small pillow, or a small blanket, and put that underneath, put your head on. If you want to do that, that's fine. But either way, you need to come down and lengthen that neck out. No creases in your neck. All right, shoulders down, ribs down. Now, for your hips and your legs, all right? Notice getting my balance here. Flex your feet, put the soles of your feet together. Good? Now take your top foot, and I want you to reach it and touch the floor past your bottom foot. Do you feel how that reaches that hip down? Yes. So now you're gonna keep this hip to here, and just bring that foot right back in so your soles of your feet are together. And you should feel a nice lightness at your waist, or have space at your waist, right? One or the other, because your hips are now in neutral. The goal in this is to keep those hips in neutral, to stabilize and to use your core in that, okay? Hand on your mat is gonna be more stability, hand on your hip, less stability, so you just choose. Connect with your breath, take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Remember, throughout the class, it is about this breath work. In through the nose, out through that open mouth, relaxed jaw. Keep that body in alignment. Now, top leg. We're gonna lift, come up through the heel and down through the heel. Inhale up, exhale down. Good, inhale up, exhale down. So you notice my range of motion is fairly small because I'm keeping my hips in neutral. The space at my waist, here's one of my little exercise hacks. If your hand is underneath that waist, it doesn't change. The weight on that waist doesn't change if your hips are neutral. If you're taking your hips in and out of neutral, then your range is gonna go up and your waist goes down, comes up. You see how that changed? Right, well that's back to, keep going. That's back to just flinging your body around. Not what we are doing. We're in for the control, right, of the body. So that's why you're paying attention to your breath work and the length of your body and keeping your hips neutral. And now you're gonna hold it up there because you're about to yell at me because the outer thigh is going to feel a little issues here, right? Okay, now, little percussive breath. Press inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Press up. Smile, because these are always fun. And hold. Now, you're gonna release that top leg and bring that bottom leg up to meet it. So guys, this is about the inner thigh and that lower leg. Use the hand for a second if you need to find the balance, and then lift if you can, if you want to. Now, one of the keys and one of the funny things I see in class with this particular exercise is people want to, instead of using that inner thigh, they want to use the foot. So then I see the foot doing this number. Right? Guys, your energy's not in your feet here. Reach that top leg long, keep the space at your waist. Exhale as you come up, squeezing that lower inner thigh, right? The leg on the bottom, squeeze that inner thigh. Relax your feet. Promise you, Pilates will be one space that you will find. You see where you hold energy, where you tense up, or where you hold stuff. Because you'll be like, why am I moving my feet when I'm supposed to be using my inner thigh? Happens all the time, I see it all the time. But this is where we learn. Release that space and engage into the places that you need to. Okay, hold it both up. Hold them both up. So option obviously is to put them both down. Take that top hand, come up overhead. Exhale, come down. Inhale. Keep that shoulder blade down, rib down, so against that rib-hip connection. Beautiful job. Inhale, exhale. Lovely. Hold. Now here's your option. You can put both feet down or one foot down, right? You can hold one arm here and one arm like I am right now with my head on my arm, or take that bottom arm out, both legs up, and balance. You might feel like a little bit of a fish, right? Like, whoa, trying to find your balance. That's okay, fight for it. Fight for it, because in that fighting is your inner stabilizers really working. That's what we want. Health from the inside out. Come on, you got it. Hold. Lengthen that head and neck. And now bring it in. Whew. Rub it out if you need to. Take those hands on that mat. Walk it up. Swing that top leg around in front of you. How do you do? Doing well? Outer thigh. We didn't give you too much there. Not too much. So chest up and out. Lean forward into it. Make sure you're smiling. And release that outer thigh. We didn't give you too much there. Right? Come on. Bring it in. This is always a place everybody's like, oh my gosh. I know. However many years later, 15, 20 years later, Pilates, I'm still doing it. Okay, take it down. Make sure that you have switched sides, my friends. All right, abs are tight, right? Pull that meat up, head, neck, with that block or that blanket or that towel if you need to. Good. Lovely. Right, now, flex the feet. Take the top foot, touch that floor. Feel that waist come nice and light. Put the foot back. Hand, more balance. Less balance, you choose. You ready? Take the top leg up with the heel and down with the heel. Control this. Space at your waist stays the same. Same thing as on the other side. Right? We're not doing this where we're just flinging our body, much as I love you. Is that gonna hurt you? No, it's not gonna hurt you, but the problem is, so much of our lives, so much of our movement, if I just want to stick with movement, is completely unintentional. And we're just like flopping ourselves all over the place. Putting energy where it shouldn't be. We're using too much energy because we're not actually being intentional with where we go. That's what this is meant, part of what it's meant to teach you, like where to put your energy, how to stabilize and hold, how to really use and be intentional through range of motion. It's really important, and it transfers itself outside of these spaces that we're all in every single time. All right, last one. You're gonna hold it up there, my friends. Ready? Little percussive breath. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. If I miss an exercise, you're gonna type it in my chat box. So for those of you who are not on the Zoom, you're gonna let me know later. Come on, you can do it. And hold now. Bring that bottom leg up to meet it and come down. Squeeze that upper inner thigh, that lower leg. You got it. Come on. Use the inner thigh. So we do a lot of these balancing motion, like the balance on your side really works, the inner stabilizers, which is more important than the outer six-pack that everybody thinks they want. So we're working that. Working the length of the body, control of the hip. Energy isolation into that inner thigh. Good. And last one, hold it up there. Now, you can take the legs down if you want to, that's fine. Top arm comes up, draw the shoulder blade down, exhale, come down. Inhale. Really use that resistance as you draw your arm down back to your hip, right? Keep the rib and hip nice and tight. Getting that full breath, but controlling the shoulder and the hip. You got it. I'm actually using your oblique primarily here to hold your body where it is, if you have your legs up, that is. Find the leg. Good. Last one. Hold. Now here's your option, right? You can take those legs down or keep them up. You can just stay right here or take that bottom arm out and reach. You're now balancing on your shoulder and on your hip, right? Lengthen that head and neck away from you so there's no creases in your neck. If you're flopping around like a fish, it's okay. You're in your own room, nobody's seeing you anyway, right? All right, hold, and then bring it in. Rub it out if you need to, and then walk it out. Beautiful job. Swing that top leg up in front. Smile, because we always need that smile. And draw it in. Lovely. Good. Chest open. Sometimes I know they say this in yoga too, but I like to think about it as well. The more we open our chest, the more we allow good things into our hearts and into our souls. So just think about that. Just open. We don't want to be curled in tight. Just open. Let your body be open to all the good things that there are out there for you to receive. Try it. Beautiful job. Okay, we're going to come over into quadruped. I'm going to skip the inner thigh stretch because I want to keep moving based on time. So, in your quadruped position, it's really important that you get your knee underneath your hip and your wrist underneath your shoulder. So it's always good to have mirrors because then you can look and see where your body is in alignment. Unless you're like my teenage daughter, or maybe son too, who just like to use the mirror to see what's going on or how they look. All right, roll the shoulders back and down. Draw the shoulder blade of your hips. You hear me say a lot of the same things. Okay? Lengthen the head and neck. You're looking toward the end of your mat. You feel the top of your feet on that mat. Tailbone in one direction. Crown of your head in the other direction. Find and lengthen the spine. Connect with your breath. Nice deep breath in through your nose. Opening those ribs. Feel it move. Good. Exhale, draw it in. I can see those ribs moving. Open, close. Now make sure your belly button to spine so your core is engaged, right? We're not letting those muscles just hang. Because muscles will hang, right? Like if they're not engaged. It's not just fat that hangs. The tissue, right? The muscle tissue moves too. It's supposed to. So, all right. And then just make sure that you've got your weight distributed evenly on your hands and knees. So we're not back on our knees and we're not shifted forward onto our hands. We are evenly placed. Nice connection with that breath. Now, if you would like to lift one arm or one leg at a time, you're welcome to do that. I am going to start here with a right arm, left leg. So it's opposite sides of your body. Keep going. Hold it there. Draw your shoulder blade down. Reach through the fingertips and reach through your toes. Find the length. Guys, no sagging, no arching, right? Strong stability of that shoulder. Hips are neutral, so they're down. Now, if by chance you're feeling like you can't balance and keep those hips, you might be only on the same side, right? Check it out, because I guarantee there's so many classes I'm saying right arm, left leg, and I always see, not always, but consistently there are people right arm, right leg. Okay, so you're going opposites of the body. Check yourself. Are you opposites? It makes a lot more sense and it feels better. Good. Okay, now you're gonna switch. If you're doing one arm, one leg at a time, don't worry, we'll get all four for you. Draw the shoulder blade down, reach and lengthen, belly button to spine. Eyes looking at the end of your mat. Keep breathing. I know this is a simple thing, but it really strengthens your back. It's such an important exercise. For those of us who are sitting many hours a day right now, working at home, or whatever we're doing, if we're sitting a lot and your lower back hurts, this is an exercise for you to come back to relieve the pressure in your lower back. All right? All right, bring it in, switch sides. Now, I'm just gonna add, I like doing this because I love the challenge on the balance. So you found your neutral, shoulders, hips, belly button, even distribution of weight. If you want, pick that right foot up off the floor. If you are doing one arm or one leg at a time, you have just one leg lifted at this point. Those of you who want to join me here in this balance, this is what it is, right? And it's harder than it looks. I've only been doing this for about 20 years. Well, it's less than that with the Pilates now, it's about 18. Okay? So you gauge you by you. I have been doing Pilates a long time. Bring it in. Switch sides. Lengthen that body. Beautiful job. And I guarantee you I'm not perfect at it. So pick that foot up if you want. The problem we have with humanity, isn't it? That we'll look at what somebody else is doing and we'll compare. There's no comparison. Comparison is a thief of joy. Don't do that. You listen to your body, take the cues you need, and do what you need for you. And I promise you will be successful. So don't worry about comparing. That ruins our experiences. We don't want that. All right, bring it in. All right, tuck those toes under. We're gonna go to down dog. Drop the heels down. Draw the shoulder blades to your hips. Head comes between your arms. You're leading your chest toward your thighs. Connect with that breath. Beautiful job. Good. All right, now we're gonna come into a plank. I want you to come into your high plank, okay? The one that challenges you. Wrists under shoulder. Unless you're on your forearms, that's fine. Forearm under shoulder. You can be on your toes or on your knees, right? Hands, knees, either way. Here's one of my little exercise hacks. If you're on your knees, right, you're pulling your pubic bone forward, shoulders roll back and down. That's for all of us. Head and neck nice and long, looking at the end of your mat. But if you're on your knees, your feet need to be up by your butt. If you drop your feet down, try it, you feel your kneecap. We don't want the pressure on the kneecap. When you pull your feet up, your weight gets distributed onto your quad. Feels much better. It doesn't compromise the knee, make you feel that. So if you're on your knees, feet up. All right, otherwise you're in a high plank. Good. Connect with your breath, shoulders, hips. Nice and long through that neck. Beautiful. Connecting with that breath. Now, battering ram, rock forward on the toes, back on the heels. Inhale, exhale. If you are on your knees, straighten one leg at a time. Toe, then heel. Come in, toe, heel. Right? That's where you're gonna be if you are on your knees. If you're on your hands, toe stitches forward and back. And hold, drop your knees, sink it back into child's pose. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath. I'm gonna alternate between the plank up and prone on our mat to finish out our time, okay? So we're gonna walk those hands out, come down now on your mat. Palms down, find your neutral, toes away from you. Hips, draw your 6 o'clock forward. Ribs down. Move your thighs if you need to. Move the girls if you need to, I love you. It's always an issue in Pilates, I promise. Roll those shoulders back and down. Maybe not an issue, but a thing. Palms on that mat, reach your fingertips towards your heels. Right now, lengthen your head and neck, right from the top of your head through your tailbone. Beautiful, now connect with your breath. Keep going. What I love about this position is that you feel the movement of your rib cage on your mat, right? As you breathe in, feel that opening. As you exhale, feel it closing. It's just important to really have that proprioception. It's really cool to have that feeling there, because the more you learn this breath, I promise, the more you will get out of every class. Like I said earlier, Pilates really is a discipline. Can't do it one time and think you got it. I've had so many people come in and out of classes, and Sharon's gonna laugh at me, because they'll be like, oh, that was so easy. And I'm like, I love you, but you did it wrong. It's intentional, and the longer you do it, the harder it gets, because you're paying attention to your body movement. Okay, now, in this prone position, pull your 6 o'clock forward. That is the most important thing right here. Make sure that you keep that 6 o'clock pubic bone anchored to your mat. Okay? Palms down, you're gonna lift it up, inhale. Exhale, we're coming into flight 1. Eye gaze looking down toward the end of your mat. You're reaching the top of your head away from you. So if you feel yourself doing this number with your head, and you feel pressure and tension in your neck, I love you, you are doing it wrong. Right? Lift up. How we doing here? Come on. You're looking good. Good. Come on, you can do it. Get that low back. Lengthen. How are you guys doing over here, Hole? Got it? Yes. Okay. You're getting that upper back. Yes. You're keeping those feet on the mat. Inhale up. Exhale down. And last one, hold it down. Flight 2. Float those thighs up off the mat and bring it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Squeeze your glutes. Keep that 6 o'clock connected to the mat. Really important here, we're using the butt. As you lift the legs, reach your feet away from you, but your energy's not there. Right? It's in your glutes, and you're pulling your 6 o'clock forward because that protects your lower back. Please don't worry about how high you're lifting. Just get the glutes involved here. But many people, like firing the glutes, sometimes we can't fire one side or another, or we can't fire those particular muscles. Lots of different places in our bodies, but our bodies hold a lot of stuff. If we've had any trauma or accidents, it's not surprising sometimes when we can't engage in certain places because things are being held there. All right, last one. Now, let's go both. Fly 1 and 2 together, bring it down. Inhale up, exhale down. Exhale down, keep going. Lengthen, reach the top of that head, reach the toes, keep that 6 o'clock anchored. Your back is really important. This is one of the things I love the most about Pilates, is strength in the back side of us as well as the front. You can't have a strong house with bricks in the front and cardboard in the back. All right, last one, hold it up there. Come on, we're almost done. Hold it, hold it. Bring those arms out to the side. I almost knocked my water bottle over. Draw those heels together. Toes are out just slightly. That is that classic Pilates stance. And then come up overhead with those arms. Thumbs are up, shoulders down, ribs down. Are you ready? Now just open up slightly, shoulder width, and give me a little swim. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Come on, a little faster. Anchor that center. Anchor. And hold. Beautiful. Tuck those hands into your chest, toes under, even pressure, hands, knees, toes, come back to child's pose. And I'll just connect to that breath in that back. Lovely. Yay. Beautiful job. Okay, we're going to take it up into a plank. All right, so whatever plank is good for you, go to that plank. Watch your form. All right, you got it? Beautiful. We're gonna rotate, come out to that side plank. You're on your knees, that's fine. Come in center, you can do this on your forearms too. Rotate. Hold, hips are down. So you didn't come up here with your hip, you stay down. Come center, rotate. We're gonna use those hips in just a second. Okay, bring it in. Rotate, hold, lovely, and now come back, hold. Now, hold here. You can bend those knees if you need to. Or we're gonna dip the hip and come up. Dip and come up. You're almost done. Come on, hang in there with me. Unmute if you need to. And hold up, switch. Smile. Come on, hold, now, drop, and lift high. Finish up, and come back to your plank, hold it, drop your knees, and come back into that child's pose. Nice job, nice job, nice job. All right, in your child's pose, I want you to bring your forehead all the way down to your mat. I want you to relax your body. Do what I say, not what I do. From your head to your toes. If child's pose is a hard position for you, just go sideways into like a fetal position. Okay? Relax your body. Pay attention to your breath work. Feel those ribs in your thighs. I want you to think about what vegetable you like the most and how you like eating that vegetable, right? Hang in there with me. Like vegetables, I don't want to think about, yes you do, you want to think about vegetables. And you want to think about the one you like the most and how you like it served. Raw, roasted, a little tempura, sauteed. Beautiful job. All right, roll it up. Bring your feet out from underneath you. We don't have it seated today simply because we ran out of time. You guys look fantastic. So sit up nice and tall. All right, move the meat. Feel your sits bones underneath you. Find a beautiful extension of your spine. Breathe it up. Exhale it out. We're gonna finish with one last thing here and then stretch, okay? Okay, last one. And bring it in and partial roll down. So 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, bring in partial. You've got that 6 o'clock pulled up, working your tummy muscles out flat, relaxing the shoulders, eyes and your thighs, relaxing your legs and feet. All of the energy here. Now roll from that 6 o'clock, feel the sits bones come all the way up, full extension. Do it again, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You're relaxing everything and getting your energy here. All right, roll it up. Notice I'm not coming down here, right? In that roll up, I'm coming here, uncurl. 12 o'clock, relax the shoulders, head and neck, all the energy in your center. Roll it up. All right, finish with a full roll down if you want. Please do not cheat, right? It's a nice smooth motion, ribs and hips together, rolling up, energy in your core, not in your head, your neck, your shoulders, your hands, your feet, your legs. It's all in your center. Pay attention to yourself here. I know you are because you're having the whole class. If you're doing a full roll up, full roll down's the easier part. But if you're getting down here and you're like, nah, I can't get up, and you're doing this number, you need to stay with the partial roll up. If you're coming down here and you're going, I love you, you need to stay with the partial. That's why I start here on the partial, because it's so important to get the pieces. All right, so finish up your last one wherever you're at there. Give yourself a nice big pat on the back. Wrap your arms around yourself. Give yourself a little hug. You need that pat on the back. Come on. It's not many people we're giving hugs to these days, so we gotta make sure we take care of ourselves in that at least. All right, so come back to the center, and I just want you to sit up nice and tall. Beautiful. Take that arm across. I'd love to hear from you guys if you want to unmute. And switch sides. Other side. Good. Lovely. So, what vegetable do you love? And bring it up. Pat yourself in the back. Isn't it nice? Like right now, we can have all the fruits and veggies as spring and summer come in. Make sure you're going to the farmers markets. That's what I wanted to say. The more local you eat, the better, right? Not only does it help for everyone around you, but get back front, check my chat box, come here. You as well, Krista, thank you so much for being here. You're welcome, James. Good to see you, right? Switch sides. Thank you for joining us. I love it. Potatoes. Right? Oh, I love the sweet potatoes. Okay, roll those shoulders and take the ear to shoulder down. So I have a friend, she is mostly plant-based, and she's doing a lot of meal prep. And what I'm loving about what she's doing with all the veggies, she eats so many veggies, like, bring it in. She's very inspiring. Roll it over to the side. Good, come back. Reach. Yeah, one more side to side. She even eats a lot of veggies at breakfast time. But what I'm loving about what she's doing is that she is, take those legs out in front of you now. You can just stay here, I guess. Hands behind you, chest open. Remember, open heart. And lean it forward. No chin, don't do the chin and neck here, right? Relax. And just lean forward from your chest. But she is making the whole process of just eating more plant-based and more vegetables simple and fun and easier. And tastier, and I really appreciate that, because so often we hear things like, oh, it's hard, reach forward, it doesn't taste good. Well, it's because we're not cooking them right, and we're not taking the time we need to just really prep things to make it easier for ourselves. Relax down here, guys. You're going to reach and grab toward your feet or grab your feet. But it is more important what you're putting in your body than the movement you're doing, right? It really is true. Come up, take those legs out to the side. It's very true that you actually do become what you eat. Thankfully, we might not look like a broccoli. Bring it in forward, opening through that chest. But the food that we eat gives life or death to our cells. And so over time, turn to that right, come down into it. If we are eating predominantly junk food, we're not giving life to our cells. And that works its way out of our body in many ways, right? Either skin issues, extra weight, whatever, right? It works its way out of the body. So turn, go to the other side. So it's really important that you pay attention to what you're putting in your body, that you're giving life to your cells. Good, bring it in. Life to your cells and the food that you are eating. It goes in, comes out, right? It's like the thing we've heard about so often where, actually I need you to lengthen here, take it up. Garbage in, garbage out, right? You go. Draw that knee, now sit tall. Nice and tall, back straight. Hug it in. Now bottom foot, you're gonna draw up and in, stay tall. You should feel that in your butt. Beautiful job. Good, and switch sides. And often, well, it's not just often, but what we think about, we bring about. And so that's part of what I'm loving with my friend, her name is Christy. Just in the positivity around vegetables and all of that, like it's so important that what you think about, how you think about eating fruits and vegetables, especially vegetables though, really will determine what you do. If you think it's hard and they taste gross, you're not gonna eat them. You're not gonna be giving the life to your body that your body really needs from the fruits and veggies. And release. Now, I'm gonna have you turn and come into a runner stretch on that mat, hands inside, drop your hips down. Good, rolling those shoulders. But if you can find, even just starting with one at a time, and I'm saying this to myself too, one thing at a time to just learn to eat differently and enjoy. Drop that knee, point that toe, and now you're gonna bring your hands up onto that front leg and just open up through that body. Relax the head and neck so you're not, again, cranking here. Just open. Now lean to the right, don't fall over. And center, lean to the left. Beautiful, come back, center and step it back, switch sides. And bring it down. I'm realizing I'm a little over time here, sorry about that. I know a couple of you had to jump off to work and that's awesome. But how you think about your veggies is how you're gonna eat them. It's really important. Drop that knee, point that toe. Good, come back onto that front knee. Again, hips are shifting forward, just open up. Good, don't crank that neck, relax through the neck, but just open through your center. We're gonna lean to the left this time. Come center and go right. Yes. And bring it in. Now, hand up on that foot and roll up. Breathe it up. You guys are awesome. I'm really thankful for you today. Reach forward. Thank you so much for joining me. I love, love, love doing this. And I would love any comments, questions, suggestions that you have. I must look like spinach and mushrooms. It could be worse, right? Oh, my word. Yeah, you guys, I'll unmute y'all if you want to talk. But it's so fun. Oh, you're so welcome, Sharon. Oh, Mara, that's such a cute picture of you. And whole athlete, I'm gonna let you guys go. Remember, charity drive.